Team Honda.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you had plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning. It is 7:03 here on a Monday, starting anew here with you, and we appreciate you joining us on WAFB Plus for 9 News Now. Look, all eyes are going to be on the solar eclipse today, but just how much of that will we see here in the capital area in South Louisiana? Well, all week long, really since last week, Steve Caparata has been telling us, well, our view may not be so great. Cloud coverage is a thing we're watching out for today.
Yeah, the forecast certainly not working in our favor. It's not 100% that will be completely blocked by clouds, but it's not looking great. All right, let's give you a look at our first alert radar network, because we're already seeing a good bit of rain out there this morning, especially in parts of Acadiana. Heavy downpours on either side of Lafayette at this hour down through Abbeville. That's lifting up to the northeast. We've got a couple of heavier downpours in our part of the world now. One that's coming through Plaquemine, crossing the river, headed into the south side of Baton Rouge. So watch out. Highland Road up through Seagan, Blue Bonnet. This one may be crossing shortly. We've got another little downpour kind of in the clutter here, but right around Killian, Springfield as well. So already some rain in the area. If it's not raining, you likely have a view like this. Plenty of clouds overhead. Little bit of sun trying to peek through, but again, looks like another mainly overcast day. 69 degrees right now at the airport. Winds out the east-southeast at 9 miles per hour. All right, so futurecast shows showers continuing to develop through mid-morning. That's 9 a.m. Here we are at noon with a scattering of showers around. We approach 2 o'clock, so that's right around peak eclipse time. Technically 1:48 in Baton Rouge, the peak eclipse, when 88% of the sun would be obscured by the moon. Right now, even if it's not raining, it looks like a lot of clouds in the forecast. We'll continue with some off and on showers this afternoon. Tonight, things should trend drier, but again, through the day today, kind of off and on rains the way it looks. Otherwise, look for highs in the mid to upper 70s. A little bit breezy. Winds will get up this afternoon out of the southeast 10 to 15. No severe weather expected today, but we are posting a first alert weather day for Wednesday when that severe weather threat does ramp up. And new this morning, Storm Prediction Center now has a 3 out of 5 enhanced risk of severe weather posted for most of our viewing area. They've also added that hatching on top, indicating that they see the potential of maybe even a few strong tornadoes on a regional scale. So Wednesday, definitely a day where we have to track things closely. Pick it up around daybreak Wednesday on the graph model. What you'll see is the storms rumbling across through the morning. That's 10 a.m. Here we are at 1 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, and then things start to settle down into the evening. Now, in terms of your rain amounts, we're thinking 1 to 3 inches of rain on average, but could be higher in spots. Heavy rainfall could also be at least a localized concern coming up on Wednesday. Today, off and on rains, no severe weather. Tomorrow, a little bit of a lull, 30% rain chance, but that first alert weather day Wednesday, that's a day to stay weather aware. We'll dry out Thursday, keep it dry into the weekend, but by Sunday into next week, warming up once again. 7:06 now with an update on your Monday morning drive. Here's Johnny.
Starts here at the 10-12 merge. Not bad this morning. A little bit of brake tapping on occasion on the exit that takes you over from 12 to 10, but even that traffic is moving pretty well at this hour. Turn that camera around, look at our westbound flow going toward the downtown area from the Gordon McKernan WAFB First Alert Traffic Camera Network. The College Drive off-ramp on I-10 West and the Acadian off-ramp on I-10 West gathering a little bit of traffic there as you come around the curve. 7:06 and all the way into the downtown area. Bridge traffic is fine. So far, so good. And expect a little rain shower activity if you're going toward the Lafayette area on 190 or the Atchafalaya Bridge. We do it every morning. It is WAFB's 9 News Now, a recap of some of the more important stories you may have missed on 9 News this morning. We do it right here on WAFB Plus and on our WAFB News app. Liz Coe with some headlines you might have missed coming up. Stay with us.
Well, welcome back. It's 7:08 here on a Monday. Okay, we've been talking about it a lot here. Dr. Steve Caparati even talking about the forecast where we're anticipating a lot of cloud coverage today for this rare celestial event, the total solar eclipse. Of course, when the sun is obscured by the moon there, a lot of people here in South Louisiana will try to look up as they try to catch the rare phenomenon. And remember, the Baton Rouge area not in that path of totality, but what will we see today? Well, a lot of folks are actually traveling to that path of totality. It's a 13-state stretch from Texas to Maine where that spectacle has attracted a ton of crowds, a lot of traffic along that stretch there. So this is very rare here. The last time we saw this was what, about 2017 there in August. Now, if you aren't lucky enough, CBS News is actually covering it now. It's the meteorologists there are saying actually a lot of people in that path of totality not going to see much today because of that cloud coverage. So if you'd like to get on out there to see what you can, well, in the capital region, there are a number of events where you can try to catch it. The Highland Road Park Observatory, they're going to host a solar eclipse watch party today from 10:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon. They said to bring your own lawn chairs and blankets for the event. They're going to sell some of the glasses there in their little gift shop. You can also try to catch it from LSU's campus on the parade grounds between 12:30 and 2:30 this afternoon. They're going to have a limited supply of eclipse glasses on hand, but they're encouraging you to bring your own. And then, of course, the Louisiana Art and Science Museum, they're going to host a sidewalk viewing watch party this afternoon from noon until 3. This is happening at the Yazoo Plaza downtown there. That's along River Road. And the museum store, they're going to be open from noon to 3 as well, selling some solar eclipse viewing glasses for $2 each while they last there. So you got a number of opportunities to try to see what you can there, but experts are saying even that community aspect of gathering together, that could be actually a pretty cool memory for you to keep in your little vault for the next time where we maybe will catch something in August of 2044. I know it's a while away, but put that on your calendar. Speaking of putting things on your calendar, every Monday the Baton Rouge Press Club meets, and today guest speaker, it's going to be the Senate President Cameron Henry. He's expected to provide an update on legislative matters there today at the Press Club. Also expected to talk about the proposed constitutional convention. If you are interested in attending and hearing what he has to say, well, doors will open at 11:30. That's happening at Drusilla Place Catering, as it always is. Doors will open at 11:30. He's set to take the mic right around 12:15. Our team will have coverage of that and let you know what he has to say. Also have to let you know we are 1 week away from that tax filing deadline. Your tax returns are due April 15th. I know, believe it or not, that deadline quickly approaching next week. You could be owed a refund. A lot of that money due in part by the stimulus checks there from the pandemic. But if you don't think you're going to be able to meet that April 15th deadline, the IRS says to go ahead and fill out that extension now. You'll have until later on this year to go ahead and file that tax return. So if you think you need it, we've got that link for you on our website to find the IRS website to file that extension for your income return. And remember, there are billions of dollars in refunds waiting on Americans, so go ahead and get that taken care of. Well, after a weekend full of drownings, and 2 of them at least, and a near drowning incident there, safety experts really want to remind families, especially as we get close to the warmer months and a lot of kids, families will spend time around a pool, that I want to remind you about some water safety training events and exercises, maybe some lifeguard opportunities for young individuals who want to become lifeguards this summer. Well, Kurt Monty with the Baton Rouge Fire Department, he is reminding folks by telling you, okay, remember the safety devices like life jackets and the arm vests and things to keep kids safe around the pool. Never swim in unsupervised waters, and make sure children especially, they're not swimming in areas they're unfamiliar with. Maybe you go to a friend's pool somewhere where you know there's going to be all adults around the entire time, and make sure that there is a designated adult watching the children. I think there's a phenomenon there where a lot of people think that someone is assumed to be watching children, but make sure somebody is at all times. If you're planning on hitting maybe a lake or an outdoor destination, maybe a beach, make sure your kids have the safety devices, everything they need to stay safe, especially while they're in and around the water. We're approaching the Memorial Day holiday where a lot of people are going to be hitting the beach. So please, please, please have that conversation with your children and their family, especially to prevent another drowning in a situation like this. We have to let you know about prom safety as well. That season is approaching too. So today, EBR Parish Schools are hosting a safety event for children attending prom at Mike Anderson's restaurant. So today, students from Capitol High School will be learning all about etiquette, domestic violence awareness, how to conduct themselves at a traffic stop if they're pulled over by local law enforcement. This conversation's happening there again at the Mike Anderson's restaurant on Lee Drive. The goal is to make sure all students have a safe prom experience. So they're going to talk all about that today. Again, students from Capitol High will be attending and listening in to this. Also got to let you know about Louisiana's congressional map troubles. That continues today as a federal 3-judge panel. They're holding a trial over the state's congressional map. Now, this comes after a lawsuit filed in January claims that lawmakers engaged in what they're calling textbook racial gerrymandering. So how does this continue? This is going to pave a path for this to continue for hopefully Louisiana to have a new congressional map drawn up by May. That is the deadline that they're setting in place. We're going to continue to follow that trial to let you know what comes out of it as this woe continues in court now. In the meantime, tracking that forecast not only for the total solar eclipse, which here locally not looking like it's too good of a view.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to take some good fortune if we're going to get any breaks in those clouds, be able to see it. The peak time 1:48 in Baton Rouge. Otherwise, the big headline, some off and on rain today, but a first alert weather day Wednesday. We now have a 3 out of 5 enhanced risk of severe weather posted, so stay alert. We'll be tracking that here closely next couple of days.
You have to wait to mow, Johnny, maybe till well after this weather event, because it's still going to be soaking.
It's going to be pouring down rain Wednesday, and then Thursday's too wet to mow, and then Friday's, I don't know.
So you just have to deal with tall grass.
I can't do 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to get kicked out of the subdivision.
Well, it's because Matt's gone.
If you're looking for the perfect companion for family fun and adventure, or wanting to find adventure beyond the ordinary, experience all that the Toyota Tundra has to offer. Save on your new Tundra right now at Team Toyota, I-12 at O'Neill.